this is Alvin Sequeira, and he'll tell you, see, we all told you about composting, aerobic composting, vermicomposting and all. Now what do you do after you get the compost? What do you do with it? So he will tell you about that.
Okay. Now I have been kept at the last so that you could get a chance to hear about how to make the compost. Now we've been hearing about the word compost for a long time, and I call myself the accidental composter. I'll tell you why. I started composting about 4 years ago without knowing nothing about composting. People used to tell me about what I needed to do, and I'm telling you, it felt to me like rocket science. 25% this, 4% that, 3% of something else, and you have to mix half of this, 3/4 of that. It went way over my head, and finally I said, I'm not going to listen to anybody, and I'm going to do it myself. So I got hold of a container which is something like this, and I started to do what I called composting. Around 2 months later, my wife said, we're going to have a divorce. There were these little maggots going everywhere. From the balcony, they ended up in the dining room, in the bedroom, they were everywhere. We were sleeping with them. Now she has left me and she's far away. I'm still finding remains of these guys 3 years later. So they're all dried up. But over a period of time, I've realized that there are specific ways of doing composting, and I've tried many different methods. And finally, I've honed in on one that works very nicely. However, now that we've made our compost, what do we do with it? Is there any use? We've been told how to make it, how to get our vegetable waste, and how to make this nice, rich, black gold stuff. But what's it used for? Now, they say it's good for plants. How do you administer this? What is its use? Does it really work? If you pick up something like this, and it's got about 15 creatures in there, my wife has already said, I'm not touching that. Okay? Even those maggots which have roamed around your entire house are very good for the ground, for the soil. Now, I had a small piece of land which was barren. I was told by my neighbors, I was told by just about everyone else that nothing will grow on that property. And I took that as a challenge. This was 4 years back. What I started doing is, as I got into composting, and as the compost formed, whether it was that wet, stinky pile, or it had formed very nicely, I started putting it in the ground. Trees started to actually grow. In now 4 years' time, I've got an abundance of growth. I've got trees which are fruiting. I've even got ornamental plants which are growing so well. And the process of administering this compost is actually very simple. Many people think that you just take the compost and you throw it. Yes, you can do that. You can throw it on the ground. But compost also has a life. If you throw it on the ground, there are chances it will dry up. The entire content, its nutrients, its richness, may not reach the roots. So what you need to do is, if you're going to apply some compost for a tree, check out where the canopy is. Try to reach at least halfway, make a small hole in the ground, apply the compost in there. You don't need to put an entire bucket load of it, a handful, put that in the ground. If you have ornamental plants, the same thing applies. Now, if you've got pots, if you're growing pots at home, plants in pots at home, the same thing applies for that. Dig a little of the soil, put your compost in there, and you will notice the difference in less than a month. Now, as I was saying earlier, these little maggots that were roaming all over the place, they are also extremely beneficial for the soil. Now, compost that we call in this technical expression is food for the soil. As trees grow, as ornamental plants start blooming everywhere, they are depriving the soil of nutrients. Now, as human beings, we are eating stuff to keep ourselves healthy. The same thing applies for the ground. The ground also needs to be rejuvenated. And how do you do that? With compost. There are many methods. Now, we've seen our friends over here explain different kinds of methods of composting. Do whatever you find is easy for you. It does not have to be that you have to keep measurements, a piece of paper, record everything that the way it's supposed to be done. Do what's simple. If it involves taking a bucket and just dumping stuff in there, do that. If you can handle probably a divorce, then do that. If not, make sure you do your half piles, you get your browns, you put adequate amount of brown matter in there so that the pile doesn't entirely dry up. The compost pile shouldn't dry up, because if it dries up, it means you are then not composting adequately. Once you have managed to collect some compost, let me tell you, it is such a gratifying feeling, because now you no longer need to go to a nursery. What you have done is you have now created this by yourself by using the waste from your own home. And the next thing you know, you'll not be giving anything to your garbage dump. He'll also be a little upset and say, what's happened? Give me something. Okay, no, I'm sorry. I'm generating my own thing. In fact, sometimes I feel so lazy that I collect my wet waste, which is my vegetable matter. I don't want to compost it. I make a hole in the ground and I place it in there. There is absolutely no harm in doing that. The only thing is the process will take a little longer to get to your plants. Here what's happened is it's now sitting in a bucket for the last 3 months. And after 3 months you get this gold and you say, I'm not giving it to the plants. I'm sorry, man. I've worked 3 months for this. It smells so nice. It smells so earthy. But let me tell you, the moment you administer it for your plants, for your greenery around your place, things will start blossoming. And you will be able to see the change. For example, we were talking about bananas. Now, if you see many plant leaves, fruiting plant leaves, towards the end, their tips start browning. There could be many reasons for that. One of them happens to be less nutrients in the soil. So you have to give compost to the ground and you will see that the leaves stop browning eventually. Plants cannot live on sunlight and water alone. They also need some food. And what better way to get food than through compost? In the natural scheme of things, plants get their food from leaves which fall from trees. But in conditions where trees are grown in captivity, we need to feed them. You see, now if you have a pet, you say, I'm going to look after him, and you come around, you go to the pet store and you buy food for the pet. This is the same thing you're doing for your plants. So whether you're growing fruiting plants, whether you're growing vegetables or ornamental, you need to have compost. How you make the compost is entirely up to you. There is no hard and fast rule. Don't worry that I'm not doing it correctly, it's not going to turn out right. Use your senses, use your thought, look and see if the pile is behaving the way it should. I remember when I was initially starting this pile, and I had put all my mixture in there, and it started to heat up. I remember, my wife may not remember, but I came and told her, I said, this thing's heating up, man. I think it's going to explode. You know, there was actually a lot of heat in that pile. And yes, as the process takes place, where this green matter is being broken down by bacteria, it gives off heat. The little creatures that feast on this, which we call black soldier flies or fruit flies or whatever it is, as they come into that pile, they start generating, heat. A process takes place. Along with that, they give us something which is really brilliant. My wife says, it's stinking in the balcony. I'm leaving. There is a stench. And that is because the pile is too wet. Fear not. If you have another bucket, shift things over. It's difficult. One thing that you will never do, if you are new to composting, you may not want to put your hand in there because a creepy crawly might come on you. Don't worry, these guys don't bite, they don't have teeth, they're not dogs and they're not tigers. They have a very short life and they will not do a thing to you. Don't be afraid. Composting is a lovely process, and for me personally, since I started gardening 4 years ago, this is a real value for me. This is gold. What people say, in fact, believe it or not, I collect my wet waste from my place, thanks to my wife. Secondly, I travel 500 meters to collect wet waste from my mother's place. And the other day I was asked by a friend of mine saying, would you like to take my waste too? I was actually very happy But the next thing you know, I'll have to give up my house and only have a composting bin. So I actually put the question to somebody else and I said, would you like his waste as well? And he's like, no man, we don't want anyone's waste. So if you have wet waste, which you will probably do, especially the green matter, I don't use any cooked food, I don't use any non-veg, it's mostly vegetable and fruit. And that gives me lovely compost in about 3 to 4 months time. Okay, so that's it from me. Make sure that whatever you generate, you use it for your plants. That's the whole intent of generating compost. It has to be used for your plants and your trees. Thank you. Anyone have anything to ask? I'm more than happy to answer.